All right, welcome to another wonderful episode of Batman Radio. That's right. How's everybody doing out there today? I hope you're doing well. So I just want to explain to y'all a couple of things. Um, well, number one, we're approaching my 3 year anniversary, right? Which I'm very proud of. I mean, it's been literally 3 successful years. It's coming up right around the corner. 3 successful years as Batman. That's a pretty big deal, bro. Um, a guy gave me a backpack today. He gave me a backpack. He gave me there's like I don't know like 7, 8 shirts in there, and they're all like brand new. One of them is a Murano, so that's gonna help me tremendously. Um, and the backpack, I think the tag is still on it. It looks brand new. Feels brand new. Like it's an awesome backpack. So yeah, I don't know. The shirts are comfortable. They're beautiful. Like they smell good. So pretty excited about it. But yeah, like I said, it's been 3 years, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy looking back at it. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff that I went through, all the challenges, all the obstacles. It's been a hell of a journey, man. Like, real talk. It's been a long time coming. And the crazy thing is just like I know I've changed so much. Like I'm not even the same person almost. I'm the same person, I always have been, but I've really changed a lot, man. God has really changed me and worked on me in a positive light, in a positive way, and made me a lot stronger. You know what I mean? I already was strong as hell, resilient and everything, but I don't know. I feel like he's built me and helped my mentality. I feel like he's just helped the resilience with, the calmness, the calm reserve. Like God speaks to me, man. Like I said, I'm directly connected to God, sit at the right hand throne of God. And folks can't doubt it now. They can't doubt me. They can't doubt my connection to the divine, my connection to God. Um, can't doubt my ancestors. You got to give everybody credit. You got to give them all credit. Real talk. You know what I mean? You can't doubt the truth now, right? Because it's right in front of your eyes now. Every point's proven, right? So, you know, like I said, it's simple arithmetic from here. It's simple math, simple arithmetic. You know what I mean? When folks come over here and they come over here in the chat, right? And they just want to type, let them do it. You'll get no response, nothing, because nothing you say exists. And like I said, I mean, it's just funny as hell because, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, what your actions should have a purpose. You know what I mean? Whatever you do. And like I said, that's one of the key differences. Folks be wasting their time. You know what I mean? Wasting their time with nonsense. You know what I mean? Like I know y'all met people like this that waste their time with nonsense. Waste their time every day with things that aren't productive. See, one of the big differences between me and all of you is I don't come on here to talk fluff. I don't come on here acting like I'm, a person who can give advice. I know that I'm the one who can give y'all advice. You see the difference? I walk the walk. I don't just talk the talk. That's why folks, have to back me and support me. Folks don't have a choice but to respect me. And that's really the way it always was. You know what I'm saying? But, for sure at this point, you know what I mean? Real talk. So, I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know, bro. I don't even know what to tell y'all. You know what I mean? To be perfectly honest, I really don't. I don't know what to tell y'all. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Here, hold up 1 minute. Oh man, I don't know. I'll have to see about these shirts, what I'm gonna do, but I'm definitely keeping them. I'm gonna keep them and use them. They're good shirts, t-shirts, shirts, whatever you want to call them. They got collars on them and stuff. Um, but yeah, man, like I said, I don't even know, bro. You know what I mean? Like people kind of be on what they on. Me, I'm on what I'm on. You know what I mean? Which is hard work, and I'm just so proud of myself, man. Like I said, like I got 7 bikes in inventory. Like I said, they all got issues because Batman went hard. See, that's what that means. That means that Batman goes hard. That means Batman goes hard in the paint. Batman goes hard in the lane. It means Batman went hard going on 3 years, bro. And a $1,300 bat cycle that, like I said, they got to fix the wiring on. And see, that's what these folks, they want to act like they don't get it, but they do. Like that's the thing. Like, do you understand? Like, the more resources I actually expend being Batman means like I'm really doing a good job. That's the thing. Like when things mess up or whatever, like that just means that I'm doing my job right. That means that I'm on a whole nother level than all of you. For all you people out there, right? Who always, who say this and that and none of it exists and all y'all do fake talk every day. Okay, how many of y'all got 7 bikes in inventory? I mean, all of them can be fixed with money, right? How many of y'all got 7 bikes? And I'm not talking about like in all of time. I'm talking about like this was in under what? It has to have, I mean, most of them have been within these 3 years. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. So I mean that's a lot, bro. That's a lot of work, a lot of progress. Like every one of them is like a little memento for me. Like reminds me of my experience in the phase I was in when I was using it. Man, that's a crazy feeling, bro. Especially the bat cycle. I got good memories on that thing. But that's all I'm saying, bro. I'm just saying, like, yeah, people got it misconstrued, man. People, I don't know. People don't have the game, you know, straight. People don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, and the truth is, all y'all know what it is. You just like to pretend. You feel me? That's the truth. Y'all know what it is. Like I said, it's just like I told you. People see your vision. It's just they don't want to see it. It's not that they don't see your vision. It's that they see it and they want to unsee it. You understand? They ain't trying to see your vision. That's what you folks don't understand. Ah, water. Yeah, folks don't want to see your vision, bro. You got to see your own vision. You understand? You might have one or two people on your side, you know what I mean, or riding for you who want to see you win. Like I have Christina, you know what I mean? Um, I got a lot of fans, that grows every day, but I think there's a big difference between real love and fake love. And I think a lot of so-called fans in any aspect, no matter what arena you in, show a lot of fake love. I think a lot of it comes from convenience, and it's just the same way that I draw out emotional responses out of people without trying. That's why all these folks is always coming undone and they unhinged and whatever. And that's the thing. All they telling me is that I'm doing good at my job. My job is to basically, elicit a response. You understand? That's what these folks don't get. You understand? Like, I'm really good at my job. I'm really good at what I do. I'm not afraid of your responses. The fact is, none of you have a response because you don't have an answer for me. Because, see, an answer would be just a face to face conversation and we talk it out and talk about what's going on. And like I said, me, I'm a good person who's been good to everyone. So I know that folks can't feel nothing but positivity towards me. That's what I'm saying. These folks, they just jelly and they've always been jelly. That has nothing to do with me. That's a personal issue. See the thing? You getting the point? So, like I said, everybody welcome to come over here, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about in the chat room. Everybody welcome to come support me, right? Um, let me see here. Let me check the math. Hold up. All right. Um, what was I saying? Let me look one more time. All right. Yeah. Basically, I think in total, I think in total I'm around like 496 and some change or something, with everything in my name and all that, what I'm saying, everything that's coming in and coming to me. Pretty good. You know what I mean? On here, like I said, we're already up over 106. Um, I mean, it's money, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I think a lot of these folks and they feelings because they see what I'm doing. Like I said, I've been doing this for 3 years, bro. This ain't nothing new. Like, yeah, I go through different phases with my business. Like I said, I've had to do whatever I've had to do. I've had to, what I mean, make sure that I can keep this business going. And that's my only thing is like people can miss me with any commentary or your opinion on how I run my business. You know what I mean? Like that's just downright crazy and blasphemous to me. And like I'll just never understand that mentality of you're concerned about others when y'all should be concerned about yourselves. Y'all got enough problems and issues, real talk. You notice the people who always have something to say are always the broken poor people. Real talk. You ever notice that? Every one of them. There's not a one of y'all. There's not a one of them that has money right now or at any time or ever saw any money. Me, I was always balling out of control. Like I said, I went from like $0 and then I just kept moving this whole time. God kept helping me, kept providing for me. God provides, and these people they lack faith. They're agents of the devil. That's why you look around and it's like there's nothing anywhere, no opportunity for you. Y'all can't make no money. You know what I mean? Y'all in your feelings. Like, what do you mean, bro? That's the gift of gab. If you ain't talking and opening your mouth, how you gonna attain or get anything? I use my gift of gab to move mountains, just like everything else. That's what God told me. He said, God said, you never lack. Said, use the gifts that I gave you. That means talking too. And a lot of y'all folks want to act like you don't understand that. That's the thing. Like, I want to really spell this out for people so that people understand. You understand? One of the biggest differences, right, between somebody who fails and somebody who succeeds is the person who doesn't feel any way about asking for what they need. The person, like, let me put it to you like this, right? If you ask for what you need, right? It's like supply and demand. Then you're creating that demand, right? So then that demand has to be supplied. You're putting it out not only for people to see, but you're putting it out there for the universe to answer you and for God to answer your prayers. So if you have faith and you're a person who walks in faith, you see how contradictory people are? That's my whole thing is I talk to God. So if I'm doing any action, it comes straight from God. Don't ever question me and don't ever question God. Believe me, God knows what he's doing, homie. So, like I said, if God puts it on my mind and that's what I feel compelled to do, ask. Like I said, everything we do every day is crowdfunding. That's all we do. So it makes perfect sense for me to ask for money, do whatever I can to get folks, I'm an influencer, right? So you're supposed to influence for people to pay you. That's what influencer means. You're supposed to be influencing the public in the right direction, like I do. And you're supposed to be able to influence people to come out their pocket and pay you because you're offering something, you're doing something for them, you're providing a service, right? And do I not provide a service? Do I not, do a service to the for the community? Am I not out here helping and working? You know what I mean? Basically, direct. I don't work for anyone, but everything, all my efforts that I'm working towards, and all the work I'm putting in is helping and for the public. Is it not? And that's why folks support me. So, like I said, if any of you out there, I don't care who you is, if you confused about something, well, then that's on you because there's no way you can be confused. And that's exactly why I don't do these fake conversations where you stand in front of me and you just ain't getting to no point, and you know what I mean, you're projecting, and you know what I mean, like I said, I can see that y'all clearly going through it and you want to project that, and like, no, we don't accept projection over here, and we don't accept delusion. I'm a grown man and I'm the strongest being and entity on this planet. Okay. So, like I said, that's the thing that folks want to act like they don't understand, but you do. You all know who I am, just a little bit. You don't know me. You don't know my history at all. You have no idea. Like I said, if people knew who I really was, they would never speak my name and they would stay away from me. You understand? And I'm not even going to say that because a lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people would probably still support me. You know what I mean? But you get what I'm saying. You know, I'm talking about like, all these demons. Demons flee from me, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a very serious guy. I've always been about serious business. I do real things. I do real serious things. Like I'm a tough guy for real. I do tough things. You know what I mean? For real. You know what I mean? Jim Jones said that one time. I do tough things, but you don't. You know what I mean? That elevator debacle was hilarious. There wasn't nothing tough about that. You know what I mean? And that's what's so crazy. Like I just think folks is funny, man. I don't even know what y'all on anymore, bro. Like that's just crazy, bro, to have 3 foot tall fake rappers acting like they doing something. I remember when Jim Jones was riding around in grandma vans, and I'm talking about while they was claiming he had made all the millions and doing all this, Jim Jones is a sellout. The name comes from the false prophet. You remember what happened, right? So, I mean, if you can't figure out, and piece the puzzle together, I mean, it's pretty simple, bro. If you ever look at the names of rappers, they all come from what? Because all that stuff comes from a demonic complexity. It comes straight from Satan. The devil is real. The greatest lie the devil ever told was that he didn't exist. I see it every day. That's why you folks don't get what's going on. You don't understand. This is spiritual, you know what, and happening right in front of you. And we're doing this in a very physical but spiritual realm. We've been doing this stuff right in front of y'all, like I said, for forever, bro, for a long time, bro. Real talk, like right in your backyard, right in front of you. It's metaphorical, but I'm talking about right in front of all of you. We've been doing this. You understand? Mm, and I've been winning. Like we've been winning. God has been winning. God, you know what I mean? I feel like the devil felt that he was winning. The devil, they say the devil had a short time period to do what he did. He had a long time, man. That short time period felt like it took forever, did it not? For real. It felt like forever. But that's my thing, man. It's even in the Joker videos right now. All this stuff is messages directly from God. I mean, there's not a doubt in my mind because I prove it to you every day. And that's what I'm saying. These folks, they're in denial of reality. And every single one of them has displayed and shown me that. So, like I said, I really am the son of God because it's proven. It's proven in your denial because it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with my Father. It has to do with my Father God. And he told me this straight up. He said, their issue is not with you, it's with me. That's what God told me. Straight up. Like literally said it just like that. Said like clearly you're in denial of God. That's why you can prove these folks wrong right in front of their face every time. I've been doing it my whole life. and they want to hide behind a computer and pretend denial is an option. I mean, denial is not an option. Actually, it's just not. As far as the internet, I mean, you're more than welcome to hide and type whatever and tell yourself whatever, but you don't really believe that. You still have accepted reality. That's why you're doing that. You see what I'm saying? You're not fooling anyone. You understand what it is. All of you. Just like I said, I have 226 plus world records. Can y'all please take a seat and take some time out and really think about what I just said and think about what I've accomplished in this short amount of time? That was within several months to a year. Okay. This is all pretty brand new and pretty recent. Okay. Like I said, when I was working, I was still going out as Batman on the weekends or at night. You know what I mean? Doing my thing. I was going on actual missions. Like, I've done a lot. I've gotten a lot done. And like I said, I got a lot done before I ever put on a bat suit. I design and build and create my own bat suits. Wear a bulletproof vest, steel armor, right? Introduced the motorcycle jacket recently because it's cold, because winter's coming right around, or it is winter. You know what I mean? I mean, what can folks really tell me, bro? If you be realistic with yourself, what could you actually tell me? What can you teach me? That's the thing. Folks got to learn. The people you talk to, like I said, you'll get as far as the people you talk to for no reason. You understand? See, the thing is, people, what people do is they meet me and they try to downplay my aura immediately because they're already phased by it. You understand? And then what happens is they basically get to the point that they realize, oh, this is not working and it's not going to work. And I can't downplay his aura. And that's when they get in their feelings. The reason that there's a lot of people who've been disgruntled lately or mad or angry, I'm sure some of them may get over it. Some of them may never get over it. I could care less because there's nothing that you can do. You understand? Like, none of you can't affect me at all. And that's all I'm doing is keeping my position like a man of God would and standing strong and firm with God with me and saying, oh, I'm going to stand up to all y'all like I did since day one, right? And my stand against crime and corruption is real. And I've done my job fully. I've done my job on this planet, my mission. I've done my part. Even God told me that. Y'all don't get like, I mean, I've already done it all. I already accomplished it all. But me, I'm just so ambitious. And the Joker video brought this up as well. I think today I was listening to one. It said that. It said, of course, you're going to keep going. You're not going to stop. And a lot of this is power, man. I mean, we're talking about power on a whole nother level. And we're talking about power on a whole nother level and magnitude. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I run the streets, bro. Like, this is real, bro. Like, I'm really, really like affecting everything. Like, people know me. I can't even walk anywhere without people recognizing me. I got people telling me, you the real Bruce Wayne. Like, you can't replace moments like that, bro. That's pretty cool, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's tight. I'm not gonna act like, like it's crazy. It's pretty cool, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my celebrity. I'm gonna enjoy my moments. That's why people really in their feelings, because I won't let them steal my joy. That's the number one line y'all should pay attention right there. I just dropped a jewel. I'm gonna repeat it again. The reason why people mad at me and in their feelings, because I won't let them steal my joy. That's all it is. Because I'm happy. Because I exist. Because I'm doing me. Those are folks don't know how to do, their own thing. None of them. They don't know how to build anything. Never have, never will. Bunch of can't get right. Can't get right. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything I do over here is with God. Everything, every step, everything is with God. Everything is based off faith, real faith. So, like I told the guy today when he gave me the brand new backpack and like all the shirts inside it, I told him, like, it's not really a surprise to me at this point or anymore. It's still like it's cool. I'd be surprised, when it happens, but it's not a surprise in itself because I believe in God so much, and I told him that. I said, like, my connection with God is great. So this stuff doesn't even surprise me anymore. Like, you know, what I mean, you should see how calm I am when people help me and do something because. And he said, right. He said, yeah, God's helping you. He's helping you along the way. He's taking care of you, and it's the truth. And that's why it doesn't surprise me because at this point, it's happened so often for me. You know, it's like how all the evil folks they wanted to normalize their evil. God normalizes love and compassion. Like, truly, I repeat, God normalizes love and compassion. And that's the thing. Like, if you folks can't figure out why the story has such magnitude and why it's so powerful and why my testimony is literally the greatest testimony of all time, basically, it's because of that, because I'm an actual street gangster. Like, I actually am the real thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I come from a really rough past. I've done a lot. You know what I mean? And for somebody who, like I said, like I've been that dude for a long time. I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to give you any information. I don't got to tell you nothing. I don't got to nothing, none of that. You know what I mean? Like I said, over here, we ain't trying to do a whole bunch of talking because for what? At this point in the game, people can think what they want, man. If people want to think that I'm soft, then more power to them, bro. But I mean, if that's hilarious. I mean, it's so far from it, and I mean, it's existential evidence. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I said, so I'm more thorough than any street dude ever. You know what I mean? That's the thing, and I've had a great track record and great run. And I do this stuff like I'm a machine. Like, this is all just competition. I'm not competing with anyone else because there ain't no competition. I'm competing with myself. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Like, I made better decisions than people. And that's my thing. Like, if you really a tough dude, and like I said, I own my own league. I really do all these things. I participate in all these sports. That's my thing. You can't go around and not, have yourself in check enough to be patient. Like, just because other people are flying off the handle doesn't mean you have to. Just because other people are upsetting in their feels doesn't mean you have to be. Just because they're all, wound up and whatever doesn't mean that you have to feel like that. And that's what these people are going to come to understand right around the corner with all this typing and chat stuff and the games that they try to play on here is that you're absolutely powerless. You've already been defeated. You were defeated since day one. You were defeated decades ago. I don't even understand why any of you get on here to type or talk at all, to be frank. What is there that you could say, honestly? So what I realize is just because somebody is in their feelings doesn't mean I have to match their energy. And that's all it ever was. You understand? Like I said, I mean, these are not things to be proud of, bro. I'd be proud to do what I'm doing, be a man and be able to have a conversation. And when I talk, I make sense. When I speak, I acknowledge people's position. I acknowledge reality. I let everyone talk freely who actually has a point and is saying anything that makes coherent sense. Actually, I speak with the utmost clarity and have always been like this, and that's my point. And even David Goggins just said this recently in an interview, and he said, there was this video and blah blah blah, and that he looked at the comments, and the discussion in the comments was about yada yada whatever. But it's the truth. He said, like, we're in a really scary time right now because people are focused on being offended. They're focused, if there's something that's not even on that stance, they're still looking for an excuse to be offended. And that's the truth. David Goggins said he can't stand social media, and I'm kind of right there with him. But the thing is, social media is my job. So I don't have that luxury to walk away from it, nor would I want to. I don't have the luxury, and it's a luxury, mind you, it is. Y'all don't want to call it that, but it really is, to dismiss all of social media. He gets on social media, he get to talk freely and use all the words and the language and say what he wants to say. I can't do that because there's rules. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I told all these people day one a long time ago, if you have something to say to me, right, say it in front of me, right? And number two, I'm a grown man. So, like, if I'm not talking to you, you don't need to talk to me unless you support me, paying me, or whatever. And that's been the same rule since day one. So, like I said, I mean, I don't want to hear no complaining and whining. If you support me, put some money in my pocket, pay me, because I'm an independent politician and I'm out here campaigning and doing this for real. So what are you talking about and what's confusing and where are y'all getting all this other nonsense from that doesn't exist and doesn't make any sense? That's my question. No, brother, the problem is that y'all are never in the know-how. You never know who you're talking to. You don't know what's going on because you don't look into it. We tell you what it is straight up in front of you. We show you what it is right straight up in front of you. See, folks be looking at me, they thought I was something sweet and thought I was soft. Like I said, looks are deceiving. And if you look at me, you can see I'm the toughest man of all time. The dude today that talked to me, him and his homeboy, even he said that. He said, yeah, you look tough. Like, even he noticed that. Because I told him, like, yeah, like nothing stops me. I just keep going. And the other guy asked me, he was like, so you're the real Batman? I was like, yep. Like, this is real, bro. This is really what I do. This is really all happening in front of you. And like I said, I work harder than anyone at this, and I get busy and I do a lot, bro. I do a whole lot. I'm working 24 hours a day every day. I pretty much never stop working. You know what I mean? That's why what I try to work on is taking it easier on myself. Like, I'm trying to stop and make sure that I have every moment that I enjoy, because God told me that too. Like, God sent me messages and downloads all the time. He told me, like, take time to yourself, take a break, you know, and just I want you to be happy and really enjoy the moment. Um, that's all he said. He just said for like this year, I just hope that you take. It was a message, you know what I mean. It just said I hope you take time to really be happy. You know what I'm saying? And I do. I'm just usually happy doing what I do, but at the same time, I really understand what he's saying, and I think I am going to do that for myself because I deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the thing. I'm always on the move, but like, I love what I do, man. I'm happy doing what I do. I'm happy live streaming. People know that. I enjoy it. I always have. And see, like, you got a lot of folks like they feel some way about that. You know what I mean? They see, oh, it makes them happy. That's all they do. They see whatever makes them happy. Oh, suddenly you got a problem with, right? hmm That's how people really operate. So you all out there might want to pay attention to that. Remember, homie, I'm just a regular dude, man. You know what I mean? I'm me. That's what people don't get. I don't. I'm not here for your perception. That's what folks don't get. I'm not here for your judgment. I'm not here for your opinion. I don't care what none of you think. Nobody. I don't care what people think. I never have. You can ask about me. Even the people who were doing all this crazy, weird, corrupt stuff, even they said that in front of me. Said, "I know you don't care what people think." No, I don't. Really, genuinely don't. I never have. You know what I mean? Because why would I? Only way I'm going to care what someone thinks is if I respect them and love them. So that should tell you everything right there. You know what I mean? As far as most people, I don't care what they think. I care what my girlfriend thinks. I care what Christina thinks. Outside of that, not really, honestly. I don't care what none of you think, especially about me concerning me. You don't know me. I don't have friends like that. I don't not have friends because I don't have friends. I don't have friends because I keep everyone at arm's length at a distance and I pay attention and study their habits and what they're on and I pay real close attention. You all don't seem to understand. Nothing I do is out of fear, it's out of experience. I know what I've gone through. You understand? Nobody else can tell you my story. I can. I've gone through crazy things. I've been through hell and walked out. You know what I mean? Like goody. I'm untouchable. You know what I mean? Like I told him, like I'm invincible. I'm the immortal vampire. Like it's real. So that's the thing. Like I said, like I don't get on here and talk fluff. I don't get on here and pretend. Right? This is really who I am and what I do, and it's my calling, and it's just that simple. It never had anything to do with the internet. This was always in the streets. This was always real. You know what I mean? The internet was just, I feel like this platform and everything, honestly, was just something that God created and built for me. And to me, I just feel like everything I'm seeing is like, it's like basically God knows my heart and knows what I want. And God is literally giving me everything I've ever wanted, anything I could ask for. And it's like I can hear him right now, like you earned it, like you deserve it. Like my dad said, if anyone deserves it, it's you, Ty. That's literally what he told me. You know what I mean? And it's the truth. I feel like that was God talking. Like God knows I'm due. God knows I deserve it all. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I've been through hell, so I kind of pride myself on the struggle. It helps me maintain equilibrium. Like I don't like, I don't know how to explain it. Like I fell in love with this struggle a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm never gonna change because I don't need to because I'm perfect. You understand? I grow every day. I evolve every day. That's why I'm perfect. See, perfection is not being perfect. Perfection is constantly evolving and growing. And if you're doing that properly and right way, you're never going to have a limit or a plateau. You're just going to continue to expand and grow. And that's what has most of these folks in their feelings, the growth, because their growth is non existent. It's stagnated. It's stunted growth. You can't even notice that. All these folks who have an opinion and say things, these people who come on here and type things they know don't exist. What's the purpose? Go ahead. I have no response for things that don't exist. I can't respond. It's impossible. That's why I just be here every time making the same face because I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, first of all, if you're going to say something, give me ample time to respond. If you're going to say something, I mean, be man or woman enough to allow me to respond because I'm going to say the truth. So, like I said, when you got folks that just want to, I don't know, talk to talk, talk is cheap, bro. You know what I mean? And I've explained this to them 8 million times. And then I realized, oh, okay, it's the same thing David Goggins said. He said, you're going to have a dude that's sitting there with his Snickers bar or whatever and his Hostess cupcakes, and he's looking at the computer and he's going to judge everything you're doing and do this and that. Like, yeah, but I mean, he's the guy sitting there eating the Hostess and the Snickers, not that we don't, but I'm just saying, he's in that position and we're out here getting in shape. So you don't get that I can take this and gear it any direction I want. Like I have a lot in common. I feel like not everything, but a lot in common with David Goggins. He's one of the only ones I've paid a little attention to, and I actually kind of like. Like I like what he's on a little bit, and that's what I'm saying. Like I'm more similar to him in the way that I think and the way I do things, and what I'm representing in the struggle I come from, and what everything I'm doing more so than any of you. You know So and that's the thing. I pay attention, and then you see like that weird MMA UFC dude. What's his name? Oh, Sean Strickland. That weird dude, right? He's another failure, right? All he's ever done is failed. He's always been whining in the ring. Like he's a very soft individual, and that's the truth. And he wants to be tough so bad, but he's just not. I mean, he's not even close. And that's what you don't understand. Like I could take one look at these people. I just look at their face, and I mean, you can see it all over them. You could take a look. I could take a look at any of y'all and just look at you and be like, "Oh yeah," literally. You could tell. Like seriously, bro. That's why, like, I'm just keeping it real, bro. Like, there's a reason why I'm so handsome. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, real talk, because like you can look at people and you can tell. Honestly, you can. You can see character, bro. People always say, "Oh, looks don't matter." The hell they don't. Looks tell a whole lot, in my opinion, in this world because I think that the way you look is created by God. You know what I mean? I mean, how could it not be? He's our creator. So I think that he, blesses the folks that deserve to be blessed. And I think that he doesn't the folks who don't. Sometimes though, and maybe a lot, I don't know, you get women who, it whatever gets to them and they, their ego is so hyper inflated and that they just, can't come down from their cloud of judgment or whatever and they take advantage of things. But I mean, I've seen a million women, so-called women, do that. You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen a million so-called women make horrible decisions. I've seen a million so-called women stand there while all this stuff is going on, and there's all these fake politics, and everything's unfair and designed unfair against me, and not, none of them helped me. None of them did anything. You know what I mean? Christina is the only one who will voice something and try to help and cares. I mean, most so-called women don't care. It could be right in front of them. They don't care. They'll just sit there. If anything, they'll side with the evil people. They'll go against me, and that's just not normal. That's not the way that any fairy tale I ever saw or listened to went. That's not a woman. Women, real women, are going to side with a man every time. A real man. Real women are going to support and care about a real man's feelings. So that's why when y'all be talking about broads and these so-called women, I laugh, because it's like, what exactly are you pursuing and chasing and wasting your time entertaining or caring about? Something that's completely valueless? Like, I get it, as far as just, if that's all you care about and are interested in is just the looks department. But if you have any life experience, and experience with women, you're going to learn real quick that, it's not worth it anyway. I mean, just because there's a looks department thing going on, that don't mean nothing. If anything, that just means there's going to be more excess baggage that comes along with it 9 times out of 10. And that's what y'all don't want to hear. And they don't want the secret out. Like I said, I mean, I see so-called women, not every day, but well, yeah, every day. But I mean, I don't see a whole lot of them, but I see them around. And I mean, I see the same thing pretty much everywhere. I mean, they drive cars on payments. They pretend that they're doing something, and I mean, to me, it's embarrassing. It's downright embarrassing. I mean, that's what y'all don't get. I mean, if you have a car on payments, right? This is what nobody pays attention to, which is this basic reality. Like, look at me and everything I tell you that I own, and I really own it all, right? Because I understand the concept of ownership. Most so-called women, they think they're doing something by just fitting in the matrix. So they get a car, they put it on payments. So they might have like a nice Mercedes AMG, and they'll think they're someone in ball, and they'll try to look as good as they can, right? And like I said, I look better than pretty much all of them, real talk, without trying, and I don't take me no makeup, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I mean, that's what they do. And then, oh, they think they're doing something, and then they feel entitled, and then it's just, I'm a woman, so I'm going to exercise my rights, that I'm entitled to absolutely everything, and I deserve free money because I'm a woman. It's the truth. You're going to get a job. It's guaranteed. If you're a woman and you go anywhere and apply, they're going to hire you 100%. You all don't, and then in the same exact, situation, every so-called one, almost every one of them will turn around and do what most of these groups do and the culture does. They'll get every opportunity handed to them on a silver platter, and then turn around and play the card and complain that they're not getting exactly what they're already getting, and then ask for more and whine and complain more. Tell me when I'm wrong. This society is not unfair. It's unfair towards men. As far as women, it's so unfair to help women. It's unbelievable. You can't be a woman and not have a job handed to you. That's a fact, dude. You can't be a woman and not receive government benefits and then be encouraged, right, to do more nonsense, right? And be encouraged to whatever. But meanwhile, the man, they did everything to try to, basically get the men where we were valueless and get us out the equation, right? And they really wanted us all to be locked up and not have any freedom. Is that not the truth? And this all comes from the devil. The devil implemented this entire plan and did all of this and gave all these women this so-called fake power. And what I'm telling you is that what I believe is God is coming in now, and he's going to switch the entire paradigm. There's going to be this wealth transfer from the wicked to the righteous, right? And that's why I know all this money is coming to me, right? Just a small part of why. And there's going to be a lot of things that happen. And I think a lot of so-called women are going to be out of a job, struggling, homeless, like right around the corner very soon. I think that God is going to give people a wake-up call. Rightfully so, very much earned and deserved. Real talk. You know what I mean? Look at all these so-called women that sit online all day, and what do they do online? What are their habits? You know what I mean? Come on, bro. You know, you can see what it is. They don't know how to build nothing, right? So what are they online trying to do all day? Like I said, you know what I mean? So I mean, come on, bro. Like, yeah, God is real, man. Like, that's what I believe is happening right now, and I see it all the time. Like, all them people that trip and care about the little job they had, and they're willing to do whatever for that job. For what? The job don't have no loyalty to you. A manager don't have no loyalty to you. Anybody can lose a job, bro. You could be working somewhere for 50 years and lose that job tomorrow. There's no such thing as stability, period. There especially isn't no such thing as stability working no job. So if you reevaluate how you see the world and your perception, which is completely jaded, and you see things through a jaded lens, all of you, and it doesn't exist, then you'll understand, a little bit more why I move the way I move, why I do the things I do, because I just completely woke up. And I mean, I'm a street thug that, like I said, I mean, I used to not care, what I mean, at all. I mean, I still don't, but I care enough I listen to God. I care enough to make the right decisions. I mean, obviously, I do care to some extent. I care about making the right decisions. I care about, that's all. I just care about playing the game. I never cared about success, but I care about what God, tells me. You know what I mean? Real talk. I still don't really care about success. The only reason I care is because, you know why I care? I'm not going to say that. I care about success now because it's my success, because it's true success, because it's something personal to me. I care about my success. I don't care about the definition of success, because success was always the devil's secret. That's how he got half them people to sell their soul to the devil, promising them all this flashy jewelry and flamboyant lifestyle and all the fame and riches and women and this and that, right? And what does the devil do every time? Just what the system does with all the Freemasons and all of it, because that's what the Freemasons are worshiping, as far as I'm concerned. They can call it whatever they want, but that's who they worship and who they listen to, right? That's who they being led by, clearly, if they're all evil and doing all this evil, right? So I mean, it's not confusing, bro. You understand? I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, what does this system do? Build you up to break you down, does it not? You see it with people like Jack Doherty, Wes Watson. They're gonna do it with all these YouTubers. You know who they can't do it with? Me. Because I got my soul and I own everything, and my soul is priceless, and my soul ain't for sale. You understand? Ever. You understand? It's non-negotiable, homie. My soul ain't for sale. So like I said, my soul priceless. I'm priceless. Real talk. And God loved me. You know what I mean? And I keep my soul. That's something that belonged to me. You understand? So like I said, people is just funny as hell to me, and that's what this walk is about. That's what this whole life is about. Literally, to me, I think one of the main premises and points of this walk and this journey is about keeping your soul, because so many other people didn't. I've seen almost everybody, and I picture that. Like, sometimes I really be thinking, I'm like, man, it's gonna be like the whole world, because pretty much all y'all, bro. Like, I see people every day that I'm like, they don't even know what I see. Like, I already see that you already sold your soul. Truthfully, there's people walking around every day that already sold their soul and don't understand. In my opinion, I think that's the whole point of this entire realm, is to see the decision that you're going to make. Because God and the devil, and God and Satan, are both watching, and, kind of, paying attention. And I feel that God does his everything he can and sends angels to wake you up. And you know what I mean? That's why he sends good people like me into these wicked people's lives to try to help them. And they don't listen. And that's my deal. I'm not God. I don't claim to think for God. I don't know what God thinks or how he thinks, but I just try to listen to what he tells me, and I understand and decipher it the best that I can. But that's my whole point, man. For a guy like me, someone like me who really comes from the background I come from, and it was never fake. I came up hard, bro. I mean, my entire life was hard. My entire life was about getting busy. This is not new for me. I mean, I've been doing this since I was yay high, and I grew up on Trailside Drive in Austin, Texas. Real talk. Y'all should literally ask about me and find out all the stories about me growing up there, if you could. because that would be crazy if you actually knew what's going on and what's happened and what went down, like how I actually grew up. Y'all, if y'all actually knew who you was talking to and what I've done, real talk, everything I've done like in my life, I'm telling you, folks would walk the other way immediately. That's why it's funny to me when folks is like, "Oh, I want to pretend," or "Oh, I'm upset." I mean, I care less what you are, because folks who are upset, they don't bring that to my attention because they know better. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You have a bunch of fake folks, and I already knew that, so they acted like somehow, like that's what they do. They pretend I'm them. Like, bro, I'm a genius, bro. I'm ahead of all y'all. Just like I like, right? You come here to try to type fake stuff because you upset because I outsmarted you, because I caught you red-handed. Right, I do this for a living, bro. Not only did I catch you red-handed, but then I figured out your whole plot and plan, right? And I keep figuring out, what these people do, like the agents of the devil, like the red triangles, how they keep bribing and paying people off. I see clear as day what your intentions are. I saw these things. You're the one who had that other dude add me on Facebook, and then he started putting up them weird pictures when he was sitting in the next room. I remember all that stuff, bro. I don't have narcomnesia. So your plot and what your intentions are clear as day. And like I said, it's a federal lawsuit. And what you're upset about is, well, now, right? That little homie, right? Who he is still doing the same behavior. They're still doing the same behavior. They're still playing the same games. They're still literally still playing the same games, driving around and pausing and driving real slow and stopping in front of me. Like, for what, bro? That's illegal. You can't do that. Real talk. You can't do none of that, bro. That's what people don't understand. Like, no, bro, like, bro, the homie just caught 2 felonies. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. You got to keep driving. You got to go on about your business. Worry about you. You understand? And that's what I'm saying. Like, folks don't get, like, no, when it come to haters and it come to jelly folks, right? Why would I care? Why would I trip? You supposed to be jelly, bro. I'm amazing. That ain't nothing special. Like I said, these folks is silly as hell, but they want to act like they're tough. They want to act like they're smart. They want to act like they're on something. I mean, bro, do you not hear what I'm explaining and saying to you? These people were right in front of me for years. All of them. These people, there's some of these people I worked jobs with, and I said the same thing. Y'all had all this time when you was right in front of me to say how you felt, any qualm, any issue, anything, right? Like I said, it's self-explanatory what folks is on, man. That's why I don't take none of you serious. No, my job is to keep on figuring out, right, what the devil is on and what he trying to do. To keep on exposing y'all publicly, I'm doing my job. Get that right. You understand? All that other stuff, the fake typing and fake talk, that's fine. You don't get a response for that though. I understand your formula inside and out, and you don't have a formula. It's a fallacy. It lacks logic. You can tell that you operate without logic. That's why what you do never works. You understand? Y'all are making silly moves. Y'all are making bad decisions. I'm a grown man. I'm 36 years old. Like I said, all y'all, I don't know you. You ain't talking to me. What? I'm outside every day in the street. I have never had any of y'all speak to me. None of you have talked to me. Nothing. What are you talking about? So that's what I'm saying. Like, folks be really on here acting. Like, that's fine. Then it's clear what your intention is. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If you acting and that's all you know how to do is, oh, I'm gonna go type stuff and project my energy. Okay, right. You don't you like I said, it's self-explanatory. I don't have to spell it out. You see that I'm happy. Mhm. Right? And clearly that makes you feel some type of way. So, like I said again, what does any of these other matters have to do with separate things? For me, like, I'm gonna be comfortable. Like I said, I'm gonna live good. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna laugh, love, live my life with arms wide open. And I deserve to be able to sit back and chill and relax and have my downtime and be cool, and I'm not going to have folks bothering me or talking to me. I'm not going to talk to nobody because I don't want to. I want to be left alone and I don't have to ask. I'm a grown man. So what do you mean? That's what folks don't get. Everybody keeps talking yappa yappa yap yada yada yada, but a grown man never has to ask to be left alone. That's a civil right and civil liberty. You understand? So it just is what it is. You got to deal with it. I'm the type, I just like to be left alone. I don't deal with folks. I don't talk to folks. I don't want to. You understand? Well, you ain't never brought me no good news. None of you. So what would I want to talk to you for? But I'm also not the type of person that gets scared or lives in fear like y'all and watches the news that, keeps on dumbing you down with a vibration of fear. I don't do that. Where y'all won't even go outside. I saw one dude who was on an interview or something. He said, literally, I don't mess with nobody. He was like, no, like, I mean, literally nobody. Like, I stay inside all day and I don't go anywhere. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people doing that. I mean, you don't get a cookie and a trophy for that. You don't get no cool points for that. My ex bosses in Austin said that they did that they would rarely go anywhere. Like, okay, you scared then. And I was out in the street walking by myself almost every night. I didn't have anywhere to go. I'd take a nap and I'd be out all night. Y'all remember? I mean, what are you talking about? How do you think all these different situations and things happen? I was out there having to deal with whatever demons was walking around. There's demons in the street, bro. Seriously. Like, that's the thing y'all don't get. Like some people even on here have seen what it is. Like, it's not fake in the street. It's not fake with me. It's real as hell. Can you imagine people acting like they cool with you and acting like they real, and then they sitting there watching you go through the real experiences of being in the streets, and they so selfish and entitled that they trying to take those stories and turn it around and mean it and make it into something else because they want you to be in some kind of trouble for what? For standing up for yourself? I mean, why are you in my business in the first place? You see what I'm saying? Why are you, always right there to see what's going on? And that's just something I peeped game on a long time ago, and I learned, like, yeah, the devil send agents to pay attention to what you're doing in your moves. That's why y'all do that. All y'all keep showing in your cars. You keep showing, oh, you so focused on me and this and that. That's cool. I mean, focusing on me is getting people where they're now catching cases, catching felonies, going to prison and jail. I mean, y'all are catching serious charges, cases that, like, really, I mean, some of that stuff's prison time, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, you talking about, like, folks is just worsening their own situation. So I mean, if focusing on me hasn't helped you, why would you think that somehow it's going to help you? And that's how these folks really delusional, because they really, I mean, they're just super weak. It's not that any of them are tough individuals. His name is Schiff Thomas, right? That's what he says, right? The type of mind the Joker attracts. What are you going to learn talking to him? See, you're not listening. You're not getting it. I'm the real Batman. I do this for real. So I understand that most of these so-called wannabe villains are a joke. You're just being manipulated. All of you. The whole world is basically a bunch of people living in fear that are being manipulated by other people, and really being manipulated by the devil. Because that's all the devil want to be, is a puppet master. You understand? So how would you be able to trick me if you clearly haven't been able to, and you've tried every which way but sundown, and you keep saying, how in the hell does he keep knowing our plans? That's why you get on here and type. So now, not only have I folded all your plans, right? Complete all of them, devil, and all your agents you use in this world, on this earth. I folded all your plans for me. Not only did I do that, but I'm the generational curse breaker, brother, and I already did that. And then not only did I do all that, but then I come on here and let you know you're how you have no game. And the reason you use the tactic of coming over here to type things and try to role reverse all of reality is you're trying to get someone to feel something, right? And you're hoping that they'll react, because you're so weak. Your only game is like, oh, well, he's a tough guy, so hopefully we can get him upset. Oh my goodness, you're pathetic. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I'm telling you, you ever meet these people or see them, bro? They look like 3 foot tall leprechauns. They are not people you would take seriously. The folks that get on here talking tough, yeah, they're not tough in reality at all. They'll be getting on here talking like they 6'8", bro. You'll see them in reality, be like that's you. You're not 6'8", brother. You look like you're gonna show me a rainbow with a pot of gold at the end of it. This is ridiculous. Like, what's up with all that tough talk you were just doing on the chat room? Insu facto, I'm your boss. Right, y'all are a joke. So yeah, I mean, no, these people are upset because I figured them all out. That's why I keep calling y'all out, and then I just attach a label, right, and dismiss. That's it. You've been dismissed. It's that simple. Real talk. It's easy arithmetic to me. That's what I do. I dismiss like jealousy, fear, envy, all those feelings that I don't take in. I don't know how to process those feelings because I'm strong. I just dismiss it. I ain't hearing nothing you talking about. None of y'all feel that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, y'all the ones getting publicly exposed. Y'all the ones going to prison and jail. All of you. And me, I'm great. I'm Gucci. I'm gonna be free and on vacation while all y'all in prison. So you tell me who won. And again, there was no competition. There's nothing going on. This all came from you all and you all only. I'm just sitting here living my beautiful life doing me. And sitting pretty, looking cute, and looking good. What you mean? You understand? All you keep getting shown is that whatever your plans and plots are for me and the devil's plans and plots for me, God is going to continue to shut down and send everything back your way. I just got a message from God today. You understand? He already told me what God is on. God already told me what he on. Real talk, just like God told me, vengeance is mine. You understand? So I mean, that's the thing. I don't get. I grab my popcorn and sit back and watch the show. It's a show. Literally, this ain't YouTube. It's KarmaTube, and it ain't just on here. I mean, most people's karma you don't get to witness, and I'm perfectly content with that. I really don't want to see. I don't. I don't want to see because I already know what God told me. God told me vengeance is mine, bro. God ain't playing, bro. I told y'all that you really, really took it there and have God where he's just like enraged, bro. God ain't gonna play about his son. I'm the son of God, bro. Are you serious? And that's how God works. God waits and he's patient like me and kind, but when it's time to go and it's time to rumble, God gonna bring it. And he ain't gonna play it all, and he's gonna show you the power of God. You know what I mean? That's why they keep running around the internet trying to use my phrases. The only person who puts the fear of God in folks regularly is Tyree Sneed and Batman. You better get that right. How you gonna put the fear of God in anybody when you are afraid of God, buddy? And what do you mean? And all y'all are Satanists who literally pray and worship Satan. Please stop it. You gotta stop contradicting yourself, bro. You know understand? Like, oh my goodness. And I told them all what it is, bro. I told you, quit playing with my name, quit playing with God's name. You don't do that, bro. Real talk. These people literally, all I see everybody do, all these people is make the worst mistake you could possibly make every day over and over again. Y'all funny as hell, bro. Y'all my entertainment. You want to talk about money and this and that? Y'all don't own nothing. Y'all got no wealth. Y'all got no blessings. And let me take it back to square one because I'm a genius. And when I talk, it all comes together and connects the dots. They say I talk real fast, but if you listen, I ain't got to have to slow down so you can catch up, homie. Huh. You serious? Yeah. Like I said, bro, God provides. I don't ever worry about money. So why would we discuss money when I've done seen more than and made more than your entire government combined, more than even the illusions of all the Masons, meaning the lies that you've made up, the fake digits that none of you will ever come close to. Y'all can't even get a dollar. Y'all haven't made Masons can't make money, bro. You don't know that? Masons aren't allowed ownership. So that's what I'm saying. Like your system is a joke. You got a bunch of fake jobs working for corporate America. I mean, corporate America hasn't made a dime. Corporate America is crumbling and failing. And I'm single-handedly dismantling the entire system. Y'all put all these things like past me like it's some kind of big deal. It ain't no big deal. Like I said, Christina and I, she already told me what is it? I think it's like $18.8 million already. She's negotiated for a settlement. We're gonna move to New Orleans on top of everything else I already got. We're gonna be building more and more. We're gonna move to New Orleans. Do you know how expensive the hotels are in New Orleans? I walked in almost every hotel on that strip out there and whatever Bourbon Street or whatever, like one of the main strips, right? Boy, them hotels is so beautiful. I almost never seen anything like it. It almost makes me wonder if Tartaria is where New Orleans is, was originally there because them buildings are just they're gorgeous, bro. I mean, New Orleans is just beautiful, and that's the life that I want for Christina and I, where we can wake up and walk outside, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, and safe. And you can't make anywhere safe unless you're Batman, and that's why I'm Batman because I'm gonna make sure I take care of my girlfriend and my future wife, and make sure I protect Christina always. So that's the thing. Folks talk and this and that, yada yada. I mean, talk is cheap, bro. That's what I'm saying. You folks really, really underestimate me and you really, really underestimate God and the power of God. It's incredible, man. Like I said, I will never lack for nothing. I was never struggling because it's impossible for me to struggle because when I struggle, it's only for a short time. I only struggle. I didn't struggle because I did anything wrong, brother. I struggle because, again, I have to go through this period of stagnation to teach me strength and build me into Batman, which is what God is doing every day. Every day, God is building me more into Batman. That's what y'all know, and you want to act like you don't get it. It ain't that y'all don't get it. You do get it, and you want to act like you don't get it, homie. And this is why none of you can have a conversation with me face to face. Well, because you're scared of me, and terrified of Batman. Like everybody for good reason. But my point is, I mean, you ain't got no position. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. Like I said, there ain't nobody on this network making no money. None of them. It's all nonsense. You know what I mean? But I am. We over $106 for that next check. You thought I wasn't going to do another live right now? Of course. And I'm uploading my videos. I'm getting money every day off this. Real talk, whether it be a couple of bucks or whatever. I mean, hey, it's pretty decent. If we up over 106, well, we was up over 103. That means I made like $3, right? And probably some change. That's pretty good, bro. What do you mean? That's pretty good for a dude like me. I mean, right now, are you serious? I mean, and that's what I'm saying. When you got folks that they want to talk and act like, I mean, are you superior or something? Are you doing better? No. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why would you get online and then start talking like something you're not? Like that's not ego. That's just, a waste of your time. Not even being funny. I mean, that's just silliness. And, that's what folks do. Like, okay, that's the sign of weakness. That's the sign of someone who's given up on themselves, like I called y'all out for, and that's why you're in your feelings. And someone who gave up not only on yourself, but everyone around you. How about that? See, I have y'all figured out. No, the reason that y'all come on here and you act like that and you're so triggered and pressed and in your feelings is because, well, because I'm strong as hell. So you feel some way. That's all it ever been with all these people. They're phased by my prowess and my presence. So because they're scared already, like inherently, naturally, they're already scared and they're shook. They have to try to act like this. And what you don't seem to get is that's just like not smart or wise. This is the silly game to be playing, period. And I'm not going to play it with anybody because I'm smart. But I'm just saying that's like me being in the woods in the forest and like me hearing that there's grizzly bears around and then me making a bunch of ruckus trying to challenge the grizzly bear. It's just not a smart decision, right? It doesn't make much sense. You understand what I'm saying? That's literally the reality of what you're doing. You don't challenge the grizzly bear. You walk away from it, you bow down, and you say, that grizzly bear is a lot stronger than me. That's what you need to do. Yeah. So learn to walk away. You feel me? Like, yeah, I'm the big dog. Move over, little dog, cause the big dog's moving in. Do, 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 do. So, like I said, these folks, like, they act like they want a manual printed out from me or something. Like, I ain't gonna give you all the game. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all can't follow in my footsteps. Like I said, y'all want to talk about YouTube. I mean, brother, I just had 3 successful years as Batman. I mean, if that ain't accomplishing something that no one else has in the history of time, and that ain't the most like powerful accomplishment, if not only for me but for anyone that I've ever heard of, I mean, I'd give up, bro. And this is how it works. This is why people are losing it. Like it came out in the reading right now. It said people, I just don't put them all up at all. I put a couple of them up. Y'all see what I want you to see. There was one right now. It said people are panicking because they can feel a shift in you and like a shift in the air and an energy. Like, oh, there's a major shift that's already happened. The shift already came. You understand? Like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff about to go down. It's just common sense. It's clear as day. You can feel it in the air. You can feel the energy. God is at work. God is moving. Seriously. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, me, like y'all don't get it. Like God told me, keep your eyes on me. That's what I do. I stay focused on me and God and Christina, and that's it. And what I'm doing and what I'm building. Anything else, I care less, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said, whatever people want to do, say, try, whatever. I mean, be my guest, bro. I just don't understand what the purpose is, because there is no purpose. It's like folks just want to waste their time. If you wasting that kind of time and you that focused and worried on about me, you that focused on me and worried about me, because this is a lot of different people. Like I affect so many people without trying. If you're that focused on me, I mean, clearly you got nothing going for you. Clearly what you're doing is, you're using me as a source, not just to watch, but you're trying to vicariously what, like, you're trying to I don't know, feel something, I guess, through, I don't know, I guess what I'm doing or something, which is fine. I mean, if it makes you happy, I mean, do what you do. I don't care if it makes folks feel better to watch me. Why not? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's something wrong with, some of what these folks is doing clearly, because it's weird as hell. You know what I mean? But I mean, at the end of the day, you're you, I'm me, and it'll never change. So you're gonna have to, deal with that and accept that, buddy. You get the point now? Like it's not confusing. So, like I said, I don't care what people do. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people tell themselves. It's irrelevant to me. You know what I mean? Only thing I care about is Christina, God, and reality, my people, and that's it. Other than that, I care less what anybody talking about, bro. That's my whole point. Like you got to be fair before you pass your judgment or have anything to say to me. It don't work like that. It's not just a free for all where you get to volunteer and say whatever you want and do whatever you want, and run amok and type this and type. Yeah, that's not how reality works, partner. Look how quiet they are now. The chat's wide open, bro. Ain't none of them saying nothing. That's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm telling you. Like, oh, you quiet as a mouse now, huh? Interesting. Yeah, 3 successful years as Batman. We're real close to it. Real close to 3 years, 3 successful years as Batman, the real Batman. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when these folks talk to me and I see folks like y'all are funny as hell to me, bro. I don't take you serious, man, because like that's you're not seeming to like you see what it is and you want to not accept it because you feel phased about it. Like, brother, I do it all. I'm the prophecy. Every depiction was always about me. Like God said, you've always been the one. He said, you've always been it. You've always been the one. I'm the chosen one, dude. There's no such thing as chosen ones. There's only one. That's why it's the number one, chosen one. I am the chosen one. I'm the prophecy. I was put here to save all of you and save the world. And that's what I do every day. So it's not something that people can doubt. You know what I mean? Listen, me, I'm real picky about everything. You know what I mean? Like the company I keep, everything. Like, nah, I just want, all I want is to be in a safe environment. All I want is positive, good things in my life to get better and better and more beautiful. Like I said, it's no surprise that I'm hustling and I'm getting somewhere. It's no surprise. I mean, real talk. I mean, the dude hooked me up with a brand new backpack today clothes. Like, are you serious, bro? People be giving me change, money. Like, people are hooking me up. People are helping me. Like, and it's God. Even he said, yeah, God is helping you along the way. Like, he's helping you. He's there for you. Like, right. It's obvious. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I mean, my next goal right now is this phone bill is coming up in a couple of days on the 5th. It's like 55, $60. I need to get at least 60 to 100 for it. And again, I mean, no, people haven't done that much for me. People have done, some, I'm not going to say that they have. I mean, they've done a lot. I'm not going to say they haven't done that much, but I'm saying when it comes to like, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's like, I don't know. I just know that like the public is like what I'm waiting on for like, but it's all good, because I don't depend on the public. I depend on God. You feel that? Real talk. But my whole deal is just I need help with these expenses, man. Like I said, that's the thing. Like talking about struggling. How the hell are you struggling if you've put thousands upon thousands of dollars into projects and businesses? And if I'm Batman, I expend resources that cost thousands of dollars. So that don't make no sense. So that's what I'm saying. Like you can tell what the deal is. We don't have to keep talking about it or explain it anymore. And that's all. I'm just not trying to keep on reiterating and going over concepts that have been gone over too many times to count. These folks like to get on here and just like in reality, a lot of you want to repeat yourself, and I just can't put up with it. I don't have the patience for it. I have the patience, but for what? Why? Why tolerate delusion? Why tolerate people repeating themselves? Like that's not something I do, bro. You should not tolerate that. There's no reason for you to repeat yourself. Just say things one time and keep it shaking. You feel me? Seriously. Like if you're repeating yourself, it means you need help. There's something wrong, clearly. If you can't figure that out, I give up. Okay, if you're coming online typing the opposite of reality to anyone, clearly something's wrong, buddy. You're not exactly a reputable source that I or anyone will listen to. Let's get real. My goodness. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, do what y'all do. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't even feel like talking about any of it or responding or addressing or acknowledging. And the truth is, like if you just completely ignore them, that's the answer. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not that simple. It's about God. You got to have God with you, bro. Real talk. It all comes back and comes down to God. It's always about God. So that's all I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna get going, but I'm just saying, like, bro, that's why I don't really worry about much, you know what I mean? And I've done this all off faith, and God has made me so strong. I really don't need anything and don't need much. And it's like, and I've always been like that, but He's really made me to another point with that. But I'm just saying, I was never needy, not at all. And me being needy has to do with the totally different concepts in a good, positive way. As far as needing anything from who? I always did everything. I've been on my own since I was 16, bro. What are you talking about? You ain't talking to me. I know that much. Like I said, you don't know me at all. All these folks on here online, none of them know me. They don't know a thing about me. They think I'm someone completely different. And the truth is, they don't. They just want to create a false perception. How are you going to create a false testament online if you're not the media? Can you answer that question for me, please? And you know what's crazy? You know who is the media now? Me. But like I said, it is what it is. But yeah, it's no surprise to me, man, because God provides. God provides, bro, for real. God really does provide. So it's no surprise to me that folks will help me, that I keep on hustling, that I keep on figuring it out, that I keep on like making money, making dough. Like, I mean, I just told you where I'm at again. I mean, that's after spending quite a lot of money doing what I need to do every day. Like, come on, bro. You can't be serious, man. You can't make this stuff up. So, like I said, I got a phone bill coming up on the 5th, and I want y'all to pay it. 100%. I'm sick of paying it. I'm sick of doing everything out my own pocket for the same people to sit there and be convenient and act like they don't have to acknowledge my hard work and all the money I make and everything I pay for. That's crazy to me. Like I've literally paid for more bills and more everything and more stuff than anyone I've ever seen. That's why everyone I look at is a small fry. I don't care if it's on social media, walking in reality, like everyone's a small fry because y'all don't know all the stuff that I've paid for. Seriously, you don't understand. I made millions every year consecutively, like independent income, independent capital. It ain't nothing to me, bro. So that's why it's crazy to me. Like you're surprised that I'm able to come up quick. Like, like you're surprised maybe because you know that everyone was trying to hold me back and did everything they could to stop me, which is crazy, you know. And I mean, I leave it in God's hands. I give it over to God because I mean, I'm probably still gonna turn around and still bless people, even the people who tried to hold me back. I'm probably gonna end up still helping them because I'm that good of a person. You know, I mean, you know, even God basically told me He's impressed. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. I'm really the son of God. I'm really what I claim to be. I don't hold grudges. I'm not mad at people. I forgave people my whole life who did, you know, tried the worst things imaginable and did the worst things imaginable. Like you gotta forgive. Forgiveness is for you, bro. A lot of y'all be forgetting that, huh? So yeah, like I said, no, I didn't. I'm not soft. Ain't never been soft. I'm tough as it gets. And I'm gonna tell you what. You want to know the toughest thing you can do is forgive. That's a man. You want to know the toughest thing you can do is not hold on to stuff and let go and move forward, right? And that's the thing. They keep saying win with success, and it never felt right to me. It always made me feel weird. Win with success. Success ain't winning. You know how you win? You win with God and you win with love. And the fact is, it has nothing to do with money, and that's why these folks really in their feelings because they can't figure it out. Why is he able to come up? Why is he able to produce? Why is he always happy and in a good mood? Like I said, that's why they project him. Talking about somebody looks sad or this and that. Yeah, you. Every time I see you, every time I see y'all moping and you got the nerve to project, like, what are you talking about? I look some way, bro. I'm looking at my phone working. Like, it's called focus. It's called being serious. Batman has an expressionless demeanor. It's called being stoic. I mean, you don't even understand what I'm training for, bro. Like, you don't even know the methodology. Like, there's names for this stuff. Like, I forget what it was called. I was just, what was it? I don't know. I don't know if I'll look back, but I remember there's a name for it. But I'm learning all this stuff, like how to completely just everything. Like Bruce Lee taught, he said, like be like water, clear your mind. That's what I do. I clear my mind completely. I enter flow state, and then I take it to like a whole nother state, which I might as well just call Batman state. That's why I'm able to do like 1,500 inertia pull-ups, you know, 130 full extension pull-ups. Like y'all don't get. I enter into flow state, but it's like I almost take it farther. Like literally, like that's the point of Batman. Like Batman does superhuman things, bro. You know, God is He's creating the circumstances in front of my eyes, in front of my face, to make me stronger than any human being. I'm watching it happen, and literally, like it's kind of cool when I can, you know, understand one part of it, you know, because God is just so amazing and I can't understand how He works. We can't fathom it with our mind, and I wouldn't want to. That's why He's God and why I'm me. You know, I let God be God. You know what I mean? Real talk. That's why I would never claim to be God. You know, anything that I'm talking about, that's just messages, downloads, or things God tells me. But I would never claim to be God. Man, God is God. I wouldn't want to be. You know, it's a lot of responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, it's a lot, man. You know what I mean? God is just amazing, bro. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that's the thing. You know, I don't really care about money. I never have. So, if folks want to pocket watch me, go ahead. It's all gonna work out for me. And you pocket watching me is gonna pay me more money. Watch. But like I said, we over $106. Y'all ain't doing nothing. For real. All right, I'm out. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Like I said, stay mad while we gonna keep on making this paper. Just remember, man, it ain't about money, bro. It's about God and faith in God. I got God. God provides. Real talk. God provides. All right. Much love. I'll talk to y'all in a minute, man. Stay mad.